Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new first time watch review. And yes, I am going to be watching the Stallone movie Cobra that I've had here in my collection for some time. So let's get into it. So yes, so the votes are in. I had 110 votes, and the majority of them went to the movie Cobra. As you can see, the other two places, Days of Thunder and Black Rain, pretty close with them two, very close indeed, but Cobra won overall with a big minority. So I sat down and I watched it tonight. Now, before I get into my review for this film, I will say that at the end of this, you'll get the opportunity to see the 3 films that you can vote on next time. They will be the previous 2 films, plus one new one put in there. The fact that the other two were so close, makes me want to see what happens next with them too. But anyway, so Cobra. So yes, this is a Stallone film that, believe it or not, I have never watched. It was a funny era of film for me where certain action films I just sort of let go and didn't bother watching in the 80s, because same with Commando last week, there was no real hook for me for that film, and thusly time just went on and never watched. I do have it in this box set here that contains, well, all of them 5 Stallone movies, and I have seen all of the others of them. Yes, Cobra is just one that I had never watched. The others I would have seen when they came out. So this movie here, Cobra, this film came out on May the 25th of 1986 in the United States. In the UK, we got it here on August the 1st. The film had a budget of 25 million and went on to gross 49 million worldwide, and it's got a runtime of 1 hour and 27 minutes. Although apparently there is a work print version that is about 30-40 minutes longer that has done the rounds over time. Not a very good copy though. Now this film was directed by George P. Cosmatos, who sadly died in the year 2005. He'd also directed Rambo 2, Leviathan, and the Western Tombstone. And it's based on a book or a novel called Fair Game by Paula Goslin. And the screenplay for this film was actually written by Sylvester Stallone himself. So this film stars Sylvester Stallone as an LAPD lieutenant police officer, tough as nails, plays by his own rules, named Marion Cobretti. Yes, a girl's name that we find out in the middle of the film, but he's otherwise known as Cobra. Now, his main character traits are, number 1, that he's got a sunglass fetish, and also he's got an oral fixation. Yes. Film also stars Bridget Nielsen as Ingrid, simply put. Now, this film starts off and we get a lovely shot of an individual on a motorbike, sunset behind him, all bathed in red and intertwined, cut with this group of individuals who like to clang their axes together in unison. I don't know, is it a musical troupe? I don't know. Anyway, this individual on the motorbike, he rolls up to this shopping centre, enters in, and you'd think that he's got a thing against groceries, because he starts shooting the place up, primarily the groceries. The SWAT teams arrive within no time whatsoever and want to try and talk him out. He's got hostages in there. He kills one of them, so they call upon Cobra, who comes along in his flash little car, all souped up, and like Judge Dredd in Judge Dredd, he makes his way in there, straight in there, because nothing can hurt him while everyone else is outside behind their cars. And he goes in and he puts an end to this geezer, but this geezer's rambling on about New World Order and all this sort of stuff. Remember the people I said clanging their axes together in unison, making music? Yeah, this geezer's apparently a member of them. And we find out that there's this spate of killings and muggings and rapings and all this sort of stuff going on, and it's all to do with this New World Order of individuals who are just going around and randomly doing stuff to folk and killing people. And this gets witnessed by Ingrid, Bridget Nielsen's character, and they then want to go after her and kill her. So she has to go under the wing of COBRA, and he has to look after her and take care of her. He stops this an attempted assassination on her at a hospital, and then they take her out into the country to a safe house. Lo and behold, they're taking a female police officer with them, who's actually in with this New World Order group of individuals, and the film sort of goes on like that. And that's pretty much the film. It's this film about these killings that are going on by this group of people. You've got someone who witnesses it. COBRA has to look after her and put an end to these bad guys. End of story. There is obviously one main bad guy who's got a face for radio, and or a face only a mother would love. A recognisable guy. You may have seen him in other stuff. I certainly did. And then he's got his bosses, his lieutenants. One played by Andrew Robinson, who had played Garak in Star Trek Deep Space Nine and a wealth of other films you'd recognise him from. He's a great actor himself. So this film here, did I like it or didn't I? Do you know what? It started off a bit rough. It started off a bit rough for me. Stallone's voiceover at the beginning was a bit sort of, it's really, I thought, oh, here we go. Stallone's like pretty crap in this one. But as the film progressed, I got to quite like his character. And simplistic story for the time that it was done in, the 80s, obviously. But it had some fantastic action beats. It had some good car chases. You know, it had stuff in it. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm quite happy that it runs for only 97 minutes. 87 minutes, sorry, even. 1 hour and 27 minutes. What am I going on about? 87 minutes. It's a nice sort of tight time to go in. There's not much character development within the film whatsoever. You know, it's like I said, it is simplistic in what it does. It's nicely directed. It's nicely shot. It's got some violence. It's got some, like I said, good action set pieces. Stallone is quite physical within the film with what he does. He cannot run to save his life, I will say that. It just looks stupid the way he's running along. But I had fun with it. It didn't bore me whatsoever. I thought it was better than Commando that I watched last week. You can go and check that review out if you ain't seen it. Yeah, so it was quite a good one. And people said, oh, I don't think you're going to like this film. But I did. I came away liking it. So there we go. So another one ticked off the list. Another one that I've watched and I actually enjoyed. So, and I wasn't looking forward to it. When I saw these votes coming in this poll, I was like, oh, really? I got to watch COBRA. This doesn't look interesting whatsoever to me. You know, so my expectation was very low, on the floor almost. And I come away enjoying it. Yeah, I mean, it had some, what can I say? It had some scenes in it that were, you know, very 80s feeling, very sort of edited to music and the beats of the music and flashes to something else when the music's beating and things like this, almost like a music video kind of a thing. But yeah, it was a fun time. What more can I say? So there we go. That's another one ticked off of the list. COBRA, I've watched you and I enjoyed you. So let's take a couple of minutes to have a look at what we're going to be voting on next. What one you can expect me to, well, what you can decide I am going to watch next. So like I said towards the beginning, I'm going to carry the other two over this time because like I said, these two were so close together in the voting. I think there's only about 4% between them. And that is Tom Cruise in the movie Days of Thunder. So we're going to do that one. Then we're going to do Black Rain again, Michael Douglas film. This was requested that I watch a long time ago. by one of my commenters, Bal. I picked it up for that reason and never got around to it. So there's my opportunity. So they're the two. So I'm interested in what will happen there. And next up, and this is a film I've seen bits of, but I've never actually sat down and watched from beginning to end. And it was sent to me just recently by a sort of friend of mine. I say a friend. I don't know. I was going to friend. He's the person that I get some of my grey releases off. He threw a couple of things in there for me as like a gift, and that is the film Zulu. It's still sealed, unopened, brand new. Yeah, Michael Caine in Zulu, and I've not watched this, but I would have seen bits of it. So yeah, so they're the three films: Days of Thunder, Black Rain and Zulu, and you get to vote on them. And in a day or two I will put that poll up, and then in about a week we'll see who the winner is, and that film there will go on to form my next unwatched movie. So make sure you vote on those films, and then after that I'll be doing another poll and so forth till I get through these films that I've never seen. There we go. This is AJ. Thanks for watching. I shall see you all on the next one. Take care all. Goodbye.